Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be looking at 45, 45, 90 degree triangles that are right triangles. So what that would look like is if I had some triangle here where this angle is 90 and the other two angles are 45 and 45. Now in these triangles, this side is always x, this side is also x, and our hypotenuse is x square root of 2. So we're going to use that today to solve for some missing parts of a 45, 45, 90. So let's do it. All right, so in this triangle, we've got x, y, and 7. So here's basically how we want to solve this. I like to just draw my triangles the same way they're facing. And now we mark the parts. Well, this is 45, 45. How do I know? Well, because if it's not 90, it has to be 45 in this triangle. X, 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 square root of 2. Now what we want to do is solve for x. Now luckily, in this one, that's pretty easy. Here, we get that x is 7. Now, what gets kind of confusing is which x are we talking about? So sometimes students in the past have changed this to like a and a, which, what the heck? Let's do that for the rest of this. So this is a, and a. So we get that a is 7. Now what we're going to do is fill all of that in. And again, I know a is 7 because these two are in the same spot. And that's how I got a is 7. So this is 7. This is 7. And this is 7 square root of 2. And now I just match it up. Well, x is in the same spot as 7, so x is 7. Y is in the same spot as x square root of 2, so y equals 7 square root of 2. And there we go. So a lot of this is just matching up. And again, I changed it from x to a, because it can get confusing about which x we're talking about. All right, how about this one? Well, let's see. I've got another 45, 45, 90. Well, how do you know that? Well, because the angles aren't marked. We'll look at that later. But anyway, this is a 45, 45, 90. So we've got a square root of 2. Now we want to solve for a. We want to match it up. Well, 5 and a. So a is 5. So 5 square root of 2. Now match up your letters. Y equals 5. X equals 5 square root of 2. And again, I knew a was 5 because these are in the same spot. Let's keep going. We've got another 45, 45, 90. Well, they're all 45, 45, 90. So we have a square root of 2. Now we've got to solve. So it isn't just going to tell me what a is. But what I do know is that 6 equals a square root of 2. Now you can think of square root of 2 as just a number, because it is. So we're multiplying here. So to solve for a, we would divide. So we need to simplify 6 square root of 2. Or 6 divided by square root of 2. If you have the yellow calculator, you can just type it right in. And it tells me that this is 3 square root of 2. So there's A. Now, if you don't have a calculator, you can either Google simplify 6 divided by square root of 2. Simplify 6 divided by square root of 2. Go ahead and click on Mathway, and it tells me that that is 3 square root of 2. Okay. But if you don't want to use either one of those, here's how we actually do it. It's called rationalizing the denominator. We just multiply by whatever the square root is on top and bottom. So we get 6 square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. But square root of 4 is 2. And now we just divide the outsides. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So you can either use your yellow calculator, you can Google it, or you can rationalize the denominator. Either of those ways work. Personally, if I have the yellow calculators and I'm in person, I'm just going to use the yellow calculator. All right, let's look at our last couple. So we've got a 45, 45, 90. We've got A, square root of 2. So here we go. I don't like that color anymore. How about orange? Sure. So here's what we know. We know that 7 square root of 2 equals A square root of 2. Well, we know to solve this, we're going to divide by square root of 2. So we've got 7 square root of 2 divided by the square root of 2. Throw it in your calculator. You get that it's 7. So A is 7. So that makes this 7 square root of 2, 7, and 7. That means X equals 7 and Y equals 7. And I think I just realized on this last one, I didn't solve it. My apologies. So A is 3 square root of 2. A is 3 square root of 2. So you get Y is 3 square root of 2 and X is 3 square root of 2. Again, sorry about that. Cool. All right, well, here we go. Last one. You won't be asked to do this, but sometimes it's nice to look at some word problems. So we have some square that has a diagonal of 10. How long is each side? So we're asked to find X and X. Since it's a square, those are both going to be the same. But we know in a square, this is 90. So we actually get this triangle right here. 10, X, X, 90. We'll match it up. This is A square root of 2, A, and A. So we get 10 equals A square root of 2. So divide by square root of 2, because that'll cancel. Put this in your calculator. 10 divided by square root of 2. So we get 5 square root of 2 equals A. So this is 5 square root of 2 and 5 square root of 2. So X equals 5 square root of 2. And I think that's all I want to look at. We could do the baseball one, but I'm not interested in it. So that's 45, 45, 90 triangles. Use your calculator if you can. If not, Google's probably your next best option. And then still, if you can't do that, you can rationalize the denominator. So, again, that's 45, 45, 90 triangles. Make sure you practice the big ideas, and I'll see you next video.